Manchester United have appointed Michael Carrick as the manager until the end of the season, so let's rebuild the biggest team in England with Michael Carrick as the manager. And this is how I think we should line up before making any signings. We will of course do some business because there are a lot of players here that I don't really think will stay with Manchester United, and I don't need them in this team as well. So I will make quite a few sales and probably a couple of signings. I am a bit unsure if I want to sell Bruno Fernandes or not, as he is linked with a move away in the summer, but I think I will decide to keep him in this rebuild because for me he is one of the best midfielders in Premier League, and he's just a fantastic player in this game as well with that fantastic passing, shooting and dribbling stats. I will give him at least a few years here. Mbeumo is also one of our key players, of course. So I think the positions I want to focus on is maybe a new left back, potentially a new right back as well, and also a midfielder because Casemiro is 33 years old and our other options to him is Ugarte. And Ugarte is just not good enough. Casemiro is too old, and I want to give Kobbie Mainoo the chance to succeed at Manchester United. And our sales starts here with Harry Maguire leaving the club. And I personally rate Maguire in real life. However, he is on the older side. He won't grow in any ratings. If anything, he will decline. And I want to give Yoro the chance to be the starting 11 centre back. So Harry Maguire has left us and joined Brighton for 14.4 million. Manuel Ugarte has also left the club and he's gone to Crystal Palace for 23 million euros, while Tyrell Malacia has left to Everton for 6.2. And Joshua Zirkzee is also leaving the club, and yes, he's an alright or pretty good backup striker in this game. However, I want to sign a more experienced striker that can take Sesko's starting spot because he's not delivered to the extent Man United hoped in real life, and therefore I will let Zirkzee leave and then go for another striker. And Joshua Zirkzee has left and moved to West Ham for 23 million. The last sale is Lisandro Martinez, who is also leaving the club, and for the same reason. He's been injured for the 2 previous seasons now. He's barely played, and as Yoro is a very good talent, I want to give him the game time instead, and Martinez has actually moved to Chelsea for 33.2 million euros. And the striker we have gone for, it is a major one. It's Borussia Dortmund Serhou Guirassy, who has been just phenomenal for a good amount of years now, and it was time for him to move to one of the biggest clubs in world football, in Manchester United. I said I wanted a striker who can compete with Benjamin Sesko, and honestly, if I were to guess, it won't really be any competition because Guirassy will actually take that starting spot himself. Our new number 9 is here. Welcome to the club, Guirassy. We also needed a new left back because Dorgu, yes, is a fantastic talent, but he's just 75 rated, and the left back we have signed, it is Anthony Robinson. Yes, he's not had a good season compared to the previous season he had last year at Fulham, but he's good rated in FC 26 and he's an attacking left back that suits how we will play with this Man United team. So another good signing. Welcome, Robinson. Our third and final signing of this transfer window is here. It is Ruben Neves, who is linked with a move to Manchester United in real life, and yeah, we needed a new midfielder, a player that could control the midfield with or besides Kobbie Mainoo, to give some experience besides him, and Ruben Neves fits that. He's got Premier League experience and he is in his prime, so a very good signing. So this is how we will line up going into season number 1. We have made 3 changes with all of the players going into our starting 11 as well. But I am going to be honest, I am a bit worried about the goalkeeper situation and also Yoro in terms of rating, and Kobbie Mainoo as well, because 77, 78 and 78 isn't exactly ideal, as we want to qualify for the Champions League this season because we don't have any European football, of course. So I feel like we should be able to make a good fight for the top 4. We have a very good attack with Guirassy, 87, who is now leading the line. Mbeumo on the right, 85 rated. Cunha is the left winger, who is 83 rated. Then we have Bruno Fernandes, of course. Ruben Neves partnering him in midfield with Kobbie Mainoo. Mazraoui is still the right back. New signing Anthony Robinson De Ligt, Yoro as the 2 centre backs, and then Lemons in goal. We also got decent players on the bench, such as Dorgu, Shaw, Heaven, Dalot, Casemiro, Mount, Ahmad, Shesko, and also young talents on the bench, and also a 39-year-old Tom Heaton. And also this is how the tactics are. We have Cunha and Mbeumo both as inside forward. We have Bruno Fernandes as a playmaker, while Ruben Neves is a deep line playmaker, with Mainu being a box-to-box. Mazraoui will form like a back three when we have the ball, with him falling as a centre-back, while Anthony Robinson will be an attacking wing-back. So now, let's go into season number 1, and hopefully we can qualify for Champions League. That is at least what I aim for. We went for Champions League football and we have failed quite heavily, as we didn't even finish 5th, we didn't finish 6th, we finished 7th, which may mean that we aren't in any European competitions next season. So yeah, I mean, maybe not too unrealistic considering Man United are struggling a little bit in real life as well. But yeah, I expected more, if I'm being honest, with Arsenal winning the league title. But yeah, I mean, 7th place with the signings we made as well is not too good. The FA Cup was won by Liverpool, who won against Blackburn, and we went out in the semi-finals to Liverpool. So if we won that, we would potentially win the final as well. Carabao Cup was won by Liverpool there as well. Where did we go at this time? In the quarter-finals to Brentford 3-0. And the Champions League was won by Man City, beating Liverpool on penalties. You can see that Lamens has grown well. He's now 81 rated, Yoro is up to 80, and Maino is 79. So Maino has not had the growth I was hoping for. Lemons has, and Yoro has had alright, I guess. But Guirassy up to 88, Mbeumo up to 87, and Ruben Neves is 85, with Fernandes also going up a rating. Cunha growing well as well. But Ahmad is actually 82, and the same for Benjamin Sesko, who's probably not played a single game. Poor guy. But it is what it is. The game just doesn't rotate, so that's how it is. But yeah, all in all, I expected a much better season from us. And 2 players will leave us this season. It is Tom Heaton and also Casemiro, as both of their deals runs out. And this one sucks. Bayern has stolen most of the minutes of Lemons, despite him going up 3 ratings. Hopefully that doesn't happen next season. Robinson played 44 games, got 2 goals, 2 assists. Yoro played most from our centre backs actually, which is very good. Mazraoui 4 goals, 2 assists, 2 goals from Diego Dalot. Casemiro played just 3 games. Sancho played a bit for Aston Villa. He didn't do well, so he will be sold next season. Bruno Fernandes, 13 goals, 10 assists from him. 1 and 1 from Ruben Neves. 2 goals, 1 assist from Mainu, who's just played 24 games. Mount 2 and 4. 13 goals, 6 assists from Cunha. 18 and 8 from Mbeumo. 4 and 3 from Ahmad. Guirassy just scored 15 goals and got 7 assists. I expected a lot more from him. Maybe it was the wrong decision to go for an experienced striker instead of hoping that Sesko would deliver. We have had a busy summer once again with selling a lot of players, and most of them were on loan last season, but Andre Onana has left and moved to Newcastle. Radek Vitek has gone to Birmingham. Rasmus Højlund has moved to Nottingham Forest, with Luke Shaw moving to Aston Villa. Jadon Sancho has moved to AS Monaco, and Tyler Fredrickson has moved to Swansea. So now, with all of these players having left, I will sign 1 replacement that can play in multiple positions in the attack. And let's find out who it is. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the player I've signed played under Michael Carrick. He has at least played for Middlesbrough, and I'm sure Michael Carrick was the manager then. It is a player who has been on fire in the last few years for Aston Villa. It is, of course, Morgan Rogers, who we signed for a fee worth 70 million euros from Aston Villa. So this is how we will line up going into season number 2, and if I were to guess, we will most likely play with Rogers as an attacking midfielder and Bruno Fernandes as a central midfielder. So the team is looking absolutely fantastic. I'm giving Mazraoui 1 more season because I think he fits perfectly in the way we play, with him becoming like a centre back in possession. So that's why I've not signed a new right back yet. If maybe I will do it next season, I'm not sure yet. But hopefully Lenny Yoro will grow well this season, and Rogers fits that attacking midfield role perfectly. And Guirassy, I spent like 100 million on you last summer. You need to deliver more this season. But we can see as well Rashford is back in the squad. He's the perfect option for a striker left winger if we need that. Šeško still here. The bench is looking absolutely fantastic. And yes, it's maybe a bit of an offensive midfield with Kobbie Mainoo being the most defensive one. But we also have Collier here if there are like a crisis and we need a defensive minded midfielder. But yeah, let's see if we can qualify for Champions League in Season 2. But let's just quickly find out if we are in a European competition or not. This season we are in Conference League, right? Yes, we are in the Conference League. And we can see that we have won the Conference League with Manchester United. And we also finished inside the Champions League spots. Not too many points behind Man City who won the league, although 8 is quite a decent amount to be fair. But it's good to see that we qualified for the Champions League while also winning other trophies. So a third place finish in the Premier League is more than good enough. What about the FA Cup? We lost to Leicester City in the final of the FA Cup. That is just outrageous. The Carabao Cup was won by Liverpool and the Champions League was won by Galatasaray winning the Champions League. But I was going to look at the Conference League where we beat Panathinaikos in the final. And did we meet any big teams? Not here, not there. And yeah, Lille is a bit of a big team, I guess. But it was expected that we would win the Conference League. But it's good that we are now back in the Champions League. And Lemens and Yoro has both grown well this time around as well. So Yoro is up to 83 while Lemens is 85 rated. So we are finally reaching the point where we are soon to be a world-class team. Mainoo is 80 rated, so it was probably the right decision for us to sign another midfielder in Morgan Rogers and move Bruno Fernandes a little bit further down the pitch. Thankfully, this time around, Bayern Deer didn't touch the pitch at all. No disrespect to him, but I want Sen Lemens to get all the game time he can, and he has so 60 games this time instead of like 9 or whatever he had last season. He kept 19 clean sheets. Robinson 4 goals, 2 assists. Dorgu getting 2 goals. Harry Amas getting an assist. Heaven unfortunately has sustained an injury, but it should be fine, nothing to worry about. The league 2 goals in 45 games, 1 and 1 from Lenny Yoro, 2 goals from Dalot, 6 goals and 4 assists from Masarawa is pretty impressive. Rashford played a little bit, scored 3 goals, got 1 assist. Bruno Fernandes 9 goals, 14 assists, 2 and 3 from Ruben Neves. Mainoo did unfortunately just play 4 games and scored 1 goal. 13 and 9 in Morgan Rogers' debut campaign here at Old Trafford. 20 and 13 from Cunha. And BMO scored 25 goals, got 7 assists, 1 goal from Ahmad. But what about Guirassy? He scored like 15 last time around. This time he scored 27 and got 9 assists, but just 14 in the league. So I'm still not too happy with what Guirassy has delivered in the Man United kit. I'll actually not make any signings going into season number 3. The only position I was considering making a signing in was the right back position, but Masraoui has done well. He had a good season last season. He's still just 29 years old, so he's got some room to grow, and I'm trusting that he will deliver once again. Apart from that, I hope to see some growth in all of the defense. To be honest, Lamens has grown well, but Masraoui, Yoro, De Ligt and Robinson, we need a couple of more ratings from you if we want to fight for the Champions League. The midfield looks phenomenal, and the same for the attack, so I just need Guirassy to start to score some more goals, then like a 90 rated striker, then we are starting to talk, and we could definitely have a wild card to get to the Champions League final with this team. It's not bad, so we could do it if everything goes our way. I'm not too confident that we will do it, but I could definitely see it happening. We have actually done and made the Champions League final in our first season back in the biggest competition in club football, and we'll take on Napoli in the final. We actually did it. We made the final. I didn't expect it, but I had a slight hope that we could do it. And we can see we actually had to go through the playoff rounds where we took on Nice, the fellow Ineos own club. If they haven't sold it, I'm not too sure. But we won 4-1 against Nice. Then in the round of 16, we knocked out Bayern Munich 4-3. That's a big win. And then Real Madrid, we won against them on penalties. That's also a massive win. And Dortmund in the semifinals. Look at these semifinal teams. It just wasn't the year for the biggest teams to reach the Champions League semifinals. RB Leipzig, Napoli, Dortmund and Man United. We are the biggest team there for sure, and probably the best as well. So we will take on Napoli in the final. I actually believe we can go and win it as well. We are now the favorites in the Premier League. We finished second in the league, 6 points behind Arsenal. What about the FA Cup? That was won by Chelsea. Where did we go out here? We went out in the 5th round to Manchester City. The Carabao Cup, we won that, beating Leeds United in the final. So we have the potential to win the Carabao Cup and also win the Champions League. And Lemons is just continuing to grow into a world-class goalkeeper. He's now 88 rated. Robinson up to 86. 3 goals, 3 assists. Dorgu scored a goal. De Ligt scored. Yoro got 2 assists. Was just 84. So he's just gone up a rating this season. Mr. Lenioro Dalot playing a lot. Same with Masraoui. So I don't know how both of them have played so much. Maybe they are getting subbed every single game almost, but Masraoui 5 goals and 3 assists, while Rashford scored 3 goals, Bruno Fernandes 11 goals, 6 assists. Good to see that he hasn't dropped in rating. 5 and 5 from Ruben Neves. Kobe Mino just playing 6 games, which is a shame, but Morgan Rogers just 19 goal contributions, not insane, but when Cunha delivers 30 goals, 9 assists, and Mbeumo 26 and 14, there aren't any desperate need for our attacking midfielder to get insane numbers. What about Guirassy? He scored 28 goals and 11 assists, so a little bit better season for our star striker. Sesko just getting 4 games. And the team is looking pretty solid, although I'm still a bit surprised that we have done this well in all of the cups, while also finishing second in the Premier League with an 83 rated right back and 84 rated centre back. But it's probably the attack that has carried us. But Lamens 88 has also played a big part because he looks absolutely immense. Masraoui is still here, 83 rated, now 30 years old. Lenioro is 84 rated, while De Ligt has gone up a few ratings and is now 86 rated. Anthony Robinson 86 rated as well. Ruben Neves partnering his Portuguese midfield duo in Bruno Fernandes, 90 rated for Fernandes, 87 for Ruben Neves. Morgan Rogers is our attacking midfielder, who's 86 rated. Mbeumo is 91 rated. Look at those stats. 90 pace, 92 shooting, 92 dribbling. Cunha is on the left, 92 shooting on him as well. He has definitely taken that left wing spot and made this his own. And then Guirassy up top. But the bench, we have Bayandir, Dorgu, Heaven, Dalot, Kobe Mainu, Mason Mount, Rashford, Ahmad and Sesko, while the reserves are filled with just young Manchester United talents. So let's get into the final and hopefully we can lift the trophy at the end of it. Morgan Rogers to Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo finds Rogers back. Rogers looking to find Mbeumo again, but he can't find our right winger. Scott McTominay finding Lensina down the wing. Good interception by De Ligt, but McTominay gets the ball back. The cross is straight to Lemons. But now we can have our first shot of the game. It's been a very boring game so far in this final. Morgan Rogers to Robinson, who joins the attack. Back to Ruben Neves, to Morgan Rogers, to Bruno Fernandes, who tries the shot. But just like the rest of the game, neither Napoli or Manchester United have had a shot so far. But now they probably can shoot this shot. It hits the bar. Lukaku gets it back. De Ligt with a crucial tackle. And now the game has definitely opened up as Anthony Robinson from the left back position can score. He does so. Anthony Robinson scores for Man United. And we are leading the Champions League final. Romelu Lukaku inside the box finds Lensina, and Napoli have equalized to Santiago Lensina. Napoli on the attack once again. Lensina, he crosses it, tries to find Lukaku. Lukaku, he scores against his former side, and Napoli are leading in the Champions League final. And Lukaku decides to celebrate, of course. But we are going straight up the other end. Mbeumo, he can't do anything there, but Neves finds Mbeumo again. Mbeumo to Neves. Neves to Bruno Fernandes. What's happening? And we score. It's pure chaos in the box. But we score straight away. And it's 2-2. Scott McTominay with the cross. Masraoui deals with that perfectly. Scott McTominay again. He also probably wants to score against his former side. Kajust to Lensina's caused us problems. Thankfully he's offside. We made some subs now. We subbed on Kobe Mainu, Marcus Rashford and Benjamin Sesko in order for us to hopefully create something with them. And as you can see, Rashford is number 24, which is pretty weird. But anyways, who cares about that? We are in the middle of a Champions League final. Morgan Rogers here joining the attack, is using his strength by just using his pace, getting the ball with him up the pitch. Robinson to Rashford. Rashford cuts in, finds Sesko. Rashford. Oh, that could have been Rashford's moment. Instead, we are headed into extra time. Scott McTominay, what can he do? He gets into the box, he finds Gilmore, back to McTominay, to Lukaku. He's already scored today, tries again, thankfully it's wide. Rashford to Rogers, to Robinson, who's joining the attack once again. Anthony Robinson, what can you do? You've scored already. You find Morgan Rogers, to Kobe Mainoo, to Bruno Fernandes with a little skill move, tries to get a shot off. Kobe Mainoo to Marcus Rashford, to Morgan Rogers. Can Rashford get the ball back? He do so. He has to score. Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, that was the chance and you completely messed it up. And that's game over. We had the chance with Rashford, but he decided to not hit the goal. Instead, we are headed into a penalty shootout. I think that's just like we ended the previous rebuild as well, but hopefully we won't lose this time. As we won the previous one with Bolton, hopefully we can win with Man United as well. The first penalty by Bruno Fernandes. He has to score. He's the captain. He's the skipper. He scores, of course. Shedira against Lamens. Shedira goes and hit the top corner. Brian Mbeumo, come on, come on. You have been fantastic for us. You need to score. He hits the post. He hits the post. He's messed it up. I can't believe it. Noah Lang against Lemons. Noah Lang scores. Come on, Rashford. It shouldn't have been a penalty shootout if only you managed to score from that big chance. At least you score a pen. Against Neres, and Lemons saves it. Come on, Sesko. You need to score now. Benjamin Sesko, you need to score. Yes, come on. Gutierrez, come on, Lemons. Get back to back, back to back, back to back. Yes, come on, Lemons. And Morgan Rogers, of all players, have the chance to win it. Morgan Rogers has won Man United the Champions League trophy, and we are the champions of Europe thanks to Morgan Rogers' last penalty. And this rebuild went a little bit faster than I really expected. In just our first season back, we have won the Champions League, and we didn't make too many signings either, although we made 4. But I'm happy with the signings I made. I'm happy with the squad we created. But thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will talk to you guys next time.